What is going on, everybody? Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 17. We left off at probably the best, maybe best showdown we will have so far. Well, we still got like 7 episodes left. We got Snake, we got Torfin. Now the circumstances are interesting because I don't know if like Torfin is actually even attempting to go for the kill. And then we had the whole thing of him like renouncing hurting people or murdering, so he doesn't even have a weapon on him. Is Snake actually going for the... I don't think either of them are actually trying to go for the kill, but even though he is swinging a sword at him, and it's hard to kind of see which side to have rooting interest on, because I get where both sides are coming from. The entire situation is fucked. It really truly is. The only thing we do know for sure is Torfin's not going to die here. I don't think he's going to be gravely injured. You know, he's not going to lose a hand or, you know, anything crazy like that. He's got a lot of story left to be in and tell. I would like to say I don't see anything happening to Snake either, because I see Snake having a part to play when the farm gets invaded and he, like, maybe stands up for the farm, protects the old man. You know, I see him having a part to play. So I don't know how this gets resolved here. Very curious to see how this goes. And I just hate... I mean, I can't blame them. It's not like they know what's coming, so they should be, like, preparing or things like that. But I just wish they knew, so we don't have to, like, gravely injure each other when shit's about to hit the fan. I'm hoping... So we're in episode 17. The season ends at 24. I'm hoping by episode 19 that Kettle and... Oh, God. Why am I forgetting his name? I don't know why I want to say Levi. Leaf. I'm hoping Leaf has touched down. Like, everybody just gets here and we can kind of just figure this thing out. I want to get past this this little I don't know. There's a lot going on and a lot to happen, and I feel like we're running out of time to make it happen. And I don't think this entire like farm invasion thing gets settled by the end of this season. I think it's gonna go on into season 3, but I want us to like get it started before we run out of episodes. So we'll see. Got an interesting blade on him, too. Torfin's out of practice, too, by the way. Faster than anyone he's ever fought? Ashlad included? He said anyone he's ever fought. We fought a lot. And he's not from this land, by the way. Word on the street. He's unarmed and he can't hit him? Yeah. I don't know where Midgard is from, where that's located. Somebody fill me in. Yeah, they're both sizing up each other. Guys, we don't have to do this. Oh shit, here we go. If he had a blade, he might have connected right there, by the way. It's like I'm watching, Kimimaru trying to hit Rock Lee, like, why can't I hit him? Woohoo! He's agile as hell. I don't think we've seen anybody this agile aside from Torfin. I don't think I've seen anybody move like this. True. Why is his ass just out here on the form? Very important questions that they're both asking. Oh, God. He thinks he's figured something out. What if he just goes by him and attacks the carriage? Die! That'll break a rib. Now he's on the carriage side. Oh, Lord. Where's Einar in all this? Before he just comes up behind him and chokes him out. That was pretty great, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh yeah, I forgot. Einar's out there running a suicide mission, trying to outrun horses and shit. I forgot about that. He can't be let go. He can't be let go. What do you want us to do? If he knows where you're at, he's going to come back. So let them go together, maybe? I don't know. Hmm. Bro, someone get Gramps off the ground. It's not about the money, it's about the principle. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, what is she? He killed men. Why are? Yeah. Why is his life more important than 5 of the people he killed and the family he killed on the farm, neighboring us? Why should I leave him alive when all of them died? Thorfinn can't close the. He can't close the gap. What did he hit? I feel like the blade didn't go through. What just happened? The blade did not look like it. Oh, it did. It did. Okay, yeah, it definitely did. The way they showed it, it made it look like Gardar like caught it, or he had like something on top of him that the blade couldn't pierce. But on the second shot, yeah, fling off the blood. Ah, man. There's nothing to fight for now. Yeah, Thorfinn doesn't have any. He was protecting life. Now, what does Thorfinn fight for? Does he fight for revenge? So what's the revenge here? Killing Heavy? Hello? Not like this. We don't go out like this, Snake, right? No shot we go out like this. No shot. We go out like this? This is how we go out? Yeah. I really hate how this is going down. Thorfinn, do something! She's so useless. I'm so over her too, by the way. I'm so over her as well. That's the best you could give me, Thorfinn. You can't dig into a wound or go for an eye or anything? That's the best you could do? I'm so over both of them. Golly. Snake's dead. I mean, maybe they'll show he's not be dead, but he should be long dead. I'm so over his ass. That's also on Snake as well. And I tell people this all the time in anime and shows and movies. You have to double tap the head. If you're not John Wicking people, you deserve to get choked up. He could have easily one in the chest, two in the head, and this would have been fine. This has turned into an absolute shit show. I was just about to say, I really like how that went. Like, I'm glad he was able to get to Snake, and all of that went down, and everything happened. I'm glad Snake was able to actually, like, get the revenge. Thorfinn and Arnhead didn't have to die. The old man's still alive. And, man. She's lying. I think she's just trying to end his pain. Yeah, she's just trying to ease his passing, I guess. Can we not check on the man that just got choked out? Is that the first time we've gotten his name? Well, they got their moment. I'm pretty sure he's gonna die. Pretty sure he's dying. She knows that, I think. I think she's just trying to give him this moment. But if you think Kettle won't hunt her ass down? Do they really ride off into the sunset? Like nothing happened? He's going to die. So what does she do when he dies? Does she come back or does she keep like go where? I think he's seeing it. The white light. Oh shit, she's not even there in the vision. Oh, it's flashback. Or flashback of his non-dying self. I think those are all versions of him, by the way. Has he... he's drifting in and out. I really hope Snake isn't dead. Truthfully. Really hope he's not dead. The man was getting choked out for a long time. I'd hate if he went out like that. And I really hate the effort that Thorfinn gave to get that man off of us too, by the way. I've seen you gouge a man's eye out with your own fingers. He was like a toddler trying to break up like two parents fighting type thing. And he's gonna... What do you think's better? Would you rather die not knowing the truth of something you wanted to know the fate of? Or would you want to know the full truth of it? Because he doesn't know the truth of what happened to their son. So I'm trying to think, if I was in his position, would I want to know that, like, would I want to truly know before it's all over, like, what actually happened? Or not? I feel like part of me would want to know the truth, though. Because maybe it eases my suffering, thinking that they're alive and they're okay and everything, but I don't know. I don't feel for this man. Her, I do. Him? Some things are just unforgivable. Well, maybe not. But I don't feel for him. Oof. Yeah. I'm curious what's next for her, though. I'm very curious what's next for her. Because he's dead. Like, he's dead. Does she just... Does she just keep going? Or... Does she come back? Or what's her future? Just tell him. And it's tough too, because they decided to go into that little battle quarry between the two, wanting the land that was there. And they didn't have to, but I do agree they couldn't have left it alone. Because they probably just would have got ganged up on by the surrounding land. So that is something that they had to fight for, but they were told she was down with leaving. It's tough. They did have to protect their land, but maybe they could have gone about it a better way. Do you think he might know? I can't tell. I can't tell if he knows. I don't think he does. I think he truly believes that he's alive. I think he truly believes that. I can't tell. Nah, once he closes those eyes, that's it. I'm very curious what happened to Snake. It's been on my mind since the entire thing happened. Yeah, this is when shit went down. They had a decision to make about that iron, and they made that decision. It's giving me like Attack on Titan vibes with spoilers. Eren like peeking back through, looking at decisions made, what could have changed, and if things would have stayed or didn't go. We'll never leave. Yeah. And I'm very curious what's next for her character. The size he put on for being a slave is insane. And the thing that's going to be interesting is, even I think hopefully Snake will be fine and she'll make it back, or I don't know if she makes it back. I don't think there's going to be any time for them to try to discipline this or figure out a course of action to go because of what's coming. Like, they're going to need all hands on deck. That I don't think there's going to be time to discipline Einar and Torfin. Especially with Snake seeing the type of warrior and fighter he could be. They're going to need everything they can get. At least he got his moment, even if it's internally. It didn't really happen. I really hope they show me what happened to Snake, so I don't have to wait a whole week to find out. No. They're already on her. Yeah. There was a pretty decent shot of, I hate that he went out like that, too. I really hate that he went out like that. Now I'm hoping that's not the end of Snake. Simply because Heavy Snake, whatever you want to call him, I feel like there's more There's more they can squeeze out of his character. The connection with the old man, you know, why. I mean, he kind of hinted at it there, you know, my group that protects this farm, we're just a bunch of, you know, low level criminals. We can't even use our real name or can't. So, I mean, that might explain why he's here. This is probably the only work he can get given what he's done before, which we don't know. We don't know. Very skilled fighter. I'd be very curious. It's kind of hard to gauge. Because I don't feel like either of them were trying to go for the kill. Number one. Number two, Torfin was unarmed. And then number three, Torfin's also been out of practice. Number four, it's a different mindset, Torfin. Like, if that was pre Ashlad dying, Torfin, he might have flipped a switch and gone to a different gear. But then also, I guess you could say the same thing for Snake, of like, if this is him now, what was he at in his prime when he was developing these skills, before he got just stationed up on this farm and probably never draws a sword but once every couple months anyway. So I don't think we can gauge any type of power scaling from the fight, other than both of them saying, you know, this guy's strong. I don't think we've seen a single fighter be that fast and that quick as Torfin, though, and he acknowledged it as well. Be a great fight to see. I don't know if we'll probably ever get a rematch or anything like that. And then even if we do, I don't think Torfin's ever going to be at that mentality like, oh, I'm going to kill this man. So we'll never really get that, you know, that type of fight. Was cool to see. Probably the best. I mean, between that and Kettle's son going crazy, those are probably the two best action moments that we've got. I hate that he gets grabbed up and yoked right there. And I get it, it gave us kind of a segue to go to telling that. I just wish they could have given us Gardar, or however you want to pronounce his name. Wish they could have given us all that flashback and stuff without the expense of, like, Snake's moment being kind of... Because it meant, like, he's trying to avenge his men, right? And imagine he still gets taken out by the guy that took out his men. It would just be... the moment just seems so soured. And I really hope that's not the case. I wish they didn't have to go about it this way. Hopefully he's alive and he'll be fine. I mean, the man was being choked out for a long time. We'll see, though. I don't, you can give me the 10-minute flashback there of them riding off in the carriage with no words and all the dramatic piano music and the violins and anything. You can make it an hour running long, them in the carriage and flashbacks. I don't feel anything for him. I don't feel sorry for him. I feel like everybody had a part to play in the decisions that were made. And Vinland Saga and a lot of stories do this. They kind of blur the lines of, like, well, who is in the right? Does that make them wrong? XYZ. And I think it's up for the interpretation of the viewer, of the reader, however you want to put that. I do agree, even though I think at the time Arne didn't want him to go with the other men and didn't want the town of men to fight in general. But I think it was hinted at that, like, if we let the neighboring town or the opposing town, or whatever you want to call it, if they get this spot with all the iron on it, people are going to gravitate to them, want to be a part of it, to the point where, like, they're going to be surrounded by so many numbers of people that their village is just eventually going to kind of get run over, you know. So I do agree with them having to combat that. You can't just let that go. It's unfortunate that destiny shined upon them in that way, you know. You could say, well, he could have taken his wife and kids and they could have just gone. They could have. He could have grabbed his wife, could have grabbed his son, decided he's not going to fight for this, which is easier said than done. But there was another option there. But I do, you know, I think most people would make the decision to fight for their town and everything like that. So I don't fault him for that. I fault him for what he chose to do to get to her. Even if the other farm, so even if you want to give him that, let's give him that. Let's say where he was being held a slave, the owners were not like Kettle, and they're real pieces of shit, and really abusing him, and really doing all that, yada yada yada. Okay. I might give you an eye for an eye to take out the owner of that, you know, plantation, farmland. But didn't they say he killed the whole entire family and other men as well? I don't know why they had to be taken out. And then to come on this farm and take out the other men. To think that, like, us as a reader and others in the story are going to be okay with that, like, can't, because they have connections as well to people. Just like Snake was saying, the 5+ men that he killed, or however many he killed, are you saying that what he's done in his life holds more value and weight than theirs did? And he said, you know, I know we're pieces of shit, outcast, petty criminals that have done things that we can't even go around and using our real names. But are you saying what he's did and everything, like his has more weight than ours? And they didn't say anything. So why should he be able to get the storybook happy ending when they didn't even get a chance to finish their lives? You know? And I don't think he should. Now we can get into this whole debate of like, well, the revenge cycle has to stop at some point, but there was no cycle of revenge start. He started the cycle. So like this has been going on for a while. Like he started this. So don't feel bad for him. I don't feel anything for him. If you want to say, I feel like there should be punishment in some way. Where you're supposed to just let it go, because then you start this trend of like, because once you start doing that, if there's another incident that happens on the farm, say something like this similarly happens again, if somebody just shows up on the farm and kills and wants to, oh, they heard they've got hit this over here, but whatever the reason is, we just let that go too? Or is it only because someone didn't get killed close to you that we should be letting this go? Like in Torfinn's instance, say her husband comes on the farm and kills Einar. We're just we're just gonna let that go? Like that's gonna be, like, you're not gonna feel, Torfinn might let it go, but you're not gonna feel some type of way, so who's to say his emotions don't? So it's a lot. It depends on what side of the morality you want to be on, and revenge and eye for an eye, and do you agree with that, or all life is precious type of thing? We shouldn't. It's a lot. At the end of all of it, I hope he's alive. I hope Snake's alive. I hate the way he went out. That would sour me on the season. The season's been really good. I would hate if he dies off of that. And I feel like just from this still shot right here, as quick as even if he's caught off guard, he's got the blade half unsheathed. I feel like we should have been able to take his ass out, but I get it for storytelling purposes. I thought he was just going to start going on his leg and on the back of his side, in hopes that he would like let him go and drop him. And then Torfinn, appreciate the effort, man. You over here turning into Ultra Instinct Super Saiyan when you're fighting with no weapons, but now someone's life is really in danger, and all you can do is just like, oh, come on, stop. I've seen you dig out a man's eyeballs before. You can't stick a thumb in one of those wounds. Like, give me something, man. He's just shaking him on the shoulder, like Simba telling his dad to get up. Like, I need a little bit more effort, man. Give me something. So we'll see, and I'm curious what do they do with Arnhead's story. Everybody had a part to play. She did go see him, and that did lead to him breaking free. So what do we do with her? Is it just because she's the master's favorite and pregnant by that she's going to get special treatment and act like none of this happened? But here's the thing, though. I think even if they go in position to punish her, what's about to come to the farm, like, that's going to be such a afterthought with Canute and everything showing up, so that's a whole different thing. But we'll see. Go ahead and leave it there and see how it goes. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,